Hello and welcome to a journey through time. We're going way back billions of years to explore the history of our planet. Earth has a long, fascinating story full of amazing creatures and incredible events. It's a story told in rocks, fossils, and the very land beneath our feet. Just imagine. Earth hasn't always been as we know it. Continents have shifted, climates have changed, and life has transformed from simple beginnings into the incredible diversity we see today. Our journey will take us through vast stretches of time from a fiery, molten beginning to the ice ages and beyond. We'll encounter strange creatures like trilobites and dinosaurs, witness the rise of plants and animals, and learn about the forces that shaped our world. Are you ready? Then let's begin our adventure. Our first stop is the Precambrian Era, the longest era in Earth's history. It began with the Earth's formation about 4.6 billion years ago. Imagine a fiery ball of molten rock, constantly bombarded by asteroids. That was our early Earth. Over millions of years, Earth cooled down. The first oceans formed from condensing water vapor. The atmosphere was very different back then, with little oxygen. But even in this harsh environment, life emerged. The first life forms were tiny, single-celled organisms. They lived in the oceans, and their fossils tell us about this ancient world. These early life forms were incredibly important. They released oxygen into the atmosphere, slowly changing the planet and paving the way for more complex life to evolve. The Precambrian was a time of dramatic change, setting the stage for the incredible diversity of life to come. Next, we enter the Paleozoic Era, which began about 540 million years ago. This era was a time of incredible change, often called the Cambrian explosion. Life in the oceans diversified rapidly, evolving into a dazzling array of new species. Trilobites, with their hard shells and segmented bodies, ruled the seas. These fascinating creatures are now extinct, but their fossils tell us much about life in the Paleozoic. Other strange and wonderful creatures like giant sea scorpions and early fish also thrived in these ancient oceans. This era also saw the first plants colonize the land. At first, they were simple, moss-like plants, but they gradually transformed the barren landscape. This paved the way for the evolution of land animals. As we journey further into the Paleozoic, we encounter more incredible changes. Fish became more diverse, with the evolution of jaws and bony skeletons. Some fish even developed lungs, allowing them to breathe air and venture onto land for short periods. These were the ancestors of all land vertebrates. Forests of giant ferns and towering trees covered the land. These plants released even more oxygen into the atmosphere, making it possible for larger and more complex animals to evolve. Among the most remarkable creatures of this time were the amphibians. These animals, descended from those adventurous lungfish, were the first vertebrates to truly conquer the land. They could live both in water and on land, although they still needed to return to water to lay their eggs. The Paleozoic era ended with a mass extinction event, wiping out many species. But from the ashes of this catastrophe, new forms of life would emerge, leading us to our next stop, the Mesozoic era. Section 5. The Mesozoic Era. Age of the Dinosaurs. The Mesozoic era, beginning around 250 million years ago, is often called the Age of Dinosaurs. It was a time when reptiles, particularly dinosaurs, ruled the Earth. Dinosaurs were a diverse group, ranging in size from tiny bird-like creatures to gigantic long-necked herbivores and fearsome predators. The Mesozoic was a warm period in Earth's history. The continents, which had been joined together in a supercontinent called Pangaea, began to drift apart, forming the continents we know today. This continental drift had a profound impact on the evolution and distribution of life on Earth. The warm climate and separation of continents led to the evolution of an incredible diversity of dinosaurs and other reptiles, including flying reptiles like pterosaurs and marine reptiles like ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs. Section 6. Giants of the Land and Air. Imagine a world filled with the sights and sounds of these magnificent creatures. Huge herds of plant-eating dinosaurs like Triceratops and Stegosaurus roamed the land, while predators like Tyrannosaurus rex and Velociraptor stalked their prey. Overhead, pterosaurs with wingspans rivaling small airplanes soared through the air. Some pterosaurs, like Pterodactylus, were relatively small, while others, like Quetzalcoatlus, were giants with wingspans of over 30 feet. In the oceans, ichthyosaurs, streamlined reptiles that resembled dolphins, hunted fish and squid, while long-necked plesiosaurs used their powerful flippers to propel themselves through the water. The Mesozoic was a time when reptiles truly ruled all environments on Earth. Section 7. The end of an era, the asteroid impact. The Mesozoic era, however, was not to last. About 66 million years ago, a catastrophic event occurred that would change the course of life on Earth. A massive asteroid, estimated to be about 6 miles wide, slammed into the Earth near the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact triggered widespread wildfires, tsunamis, and earthquakes. Vast amounts of dust and debris were blasted into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun and causing a global cooling effect. This catastrophic event marked the end of the Mesozoic era and the reign of the dinosaurs. However, this mass extinction event also paved the way for the evolution of new forms of life, including mammals, which would eventually dominate the Earth. This brings us to the final chapter in our journey, the Cenozoic Era. Section 8. The Cenozoic Era. Mammals take over. The Cenozoic Era, which began after the dinosaur extinction, is sometimes called the Age of Mammals. With the dinosaurs gone, mammals, which had existed alongside the dinosaurs but were mostly small and nocturnal, were able to diversify and evolve into a wide range of forms. Early mammals were generally small, shrew-like creatures, but over millions of years they evolved into a dazzling array of forms, including herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Some mammals returned to the water, giving rise to whales and dolphins, while others took to the trees, evolving into primates, our own ancestors. The Cenozoic Era was also a time of dramatic climate change. The Earth experienced a series of ice ages, with glaciers advancing and retreating across continents. These ice ages had a profound impact on the evolution of life, including the evolution of humans. Section 9. Ice Ages and the Rise of Humans. During the Pleistocene Epoch, which began about 2.6 million years ago, the Earth experienced a series of ice ages. These periods of intense cold were interspersed with warmer interglacial periods. These climate fluctuations had a profound impact on the evolution of many species, including our own. It was during this time that our human ancestors evolved in Africa. Early hominids, such as Australopithecus, walked upright and used simple tools. Over millions of years, our ancestors evolved larger brains, developed more sophisticated tools, and learned to control fire. By the end of the last ice age, about 11,700 years ago, humans had spread to all continents except Antarctica. The development of agriculture and the rise of civilizations followed, leading to the world we know today. Section 10. Unearthing the Past. Our journey through time has taken us from the fiery birth of our planet to the rise of humanity. It's a story written in the rocks, fossils, and landforms that surround us. Paleontologists, geologists, and other scientists work tirelessly to piece together this incredible history, using clues from the past to understand our planet and ourselves. Fossils, the preserved remains or traces of ancient life, are like windows into the past, providing us with glimpses of creatures and environments long gone. By studying fossils, we can learn about the incredible diversity of life that has existed on Earth and the evolutionary relationships between different species. Geological formations like canyons, mountains, and glaciers also tell a story. They provide clues about the forces that have shaped our planet over millions of years, from plate tectonics and volcanic eruptions to erosion and the advance and retreat of glaciers. Section 11. Our place in time. As we conclude our journey through prehistoric Earth, we're left with a sense of awe and wonder at the immensity of geologic time and the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet. Understanding the past is not only fascinating, but it's also crucial for understanding our present and future. By studying past climate change, for example, we can gain insights into the potential impacts of current climate change. By understanding the causes of past extinctions, we can better protect endangered species and ecosystems today. The story of Earth is still being written. We are part of that story, and our actions today will shape the planet for generations to come. By learning from the past, we can make informed decisions about the future and ensure a healthy and vibrant planet for all.